Lewis and Clark Three Forks of the Missouri Headwaters. The three rivers merged to form the Missouri River. This confluence was a significant landmark for indigenous peoples long before the arrival of Lewis and Clark, and it became pivotal in Western exploration. Nestled just outside Three Forks, Montana, this park preserves the convergence of the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin rivers, forming the mighty Missouri River. Lewis stood here in July 1805 and declared it an essential point in the geography of this western part of the continent. The expedition's path, July to August 1805, Three Forks, the Corps camped at the confluence of the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin rivers. They chose the Jefferson as their route west, believing it most likely to lead to the Continental Divide, Jefferson River Valley. The men pulled and pushed their boats through oxbow bends and shallow waters. Some days they gained only a mile of progress despite hours of effort. The term Three Forks appears in early 1800s expedition journals, including those of Meriwether Lewis, as a descriptive reference to the confluence of the three rivers. The town adopted that name when it was formally established near this historic site. Today, Missouri Headwaters State Park preserves this site with wildlife, tapir rings, interpretive signs, and the same sweeping views Lewis described. It's a place where history isn't fenced in. It flows, just like the rivers. Geographic realization. While they hoped this confluence would lead them toward a northwest passage, they soon learned there was no easy water route westward. The Rockies loomed, and the expedition would now cross them on foot. Sacagawea's story is a remarkable blend of tragedy, resilience, and quiet leadership. After being captured by the Hidatsa around age 12 near present-day Three Forks, she was taken to what is now North Dakota. There she lived among the Hidatsa and Mandan peoples, later becoming the wife of Toussaint Charbonneau, a French-Canadian trader. Sacagawea's homecoming, Sacajawea, who had been captured in the area as a child by Hidatsa raiders, has now returned as an interpreter and guide. Her recognition of the land helped the expedition identify a route to her Shoshone people, crucial for acquiring horses needed to cross the Rocky Mountains. The confluence of the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin rivers created a lush corridor that drew bison, elk, deer, and antelope. It was a natural hunting ground long before the expedition arrived, used by tribes like the Shoshone and Crow. The abundance of buffalo was not just a food source, but a sign that they were entering a region of deep indigenous presence and ecological richness. On July 28, 1805, after exploring all Three Forks of the Missouri, the captains agreed to name them Jefferson River, Southwest Fork, the one they chose to follow, Madison River, Middle Fork, Gallatin River, Southeast Fork. A sign at Missouri Headwaters State Park quotes Lewis. It's drawing from those verified publications. For instance, he wrote, "The country opens suddenly to extensive and beautiful plains and meadows which appear to be surrounded in every direction with distant and lofty mountains." That sentence, preserved through transcription and scholarship, is echoed today on site to bring Lewis's voice back to the land he once stood upon. Lewis and Clark didn't just float gently into history. In the spring of 1805, as they ascended the Missouri River through what's now the Missouri River Breaks, they often had to walk in the water or along the banks, pulling their heavy dugout canoes by hand or with ropes. Clark described it as arduous, and Lewis noted days when they made only 7 to 16 miles, battling wind, cold, and strong currents.